and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ria and welcome to I Candy Barrier. Sorry I went on a little bit of a hiatus and stopped posting on all my social medias, including Instagram, and that was because I not only had my finals, but after that I ended up getting quite unwell, and which sucked during holiday season, but now I am better. I'm on the road to recovery. I'm not 100% there yet, but I am trying to get back to the swing of things and filming. I just wanted to wish you guys a happy new year, and I wish you guys a prosperous, amazing new year filled with love and happiness, where you thrive and live your best life. In today's video, I am going to be covering my top 5 favorite palettes that I use literally non-stop in 2019. Also, I think one more honorable favorites. Before we get into it, I would love it if you guys would comment and guess which palettes they are, or what your favorite palette was this 2019. And without further ado and further blabbing, let us hop right into this video. So without a doubt, my first palette has to be the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry Palette. Once I found out this was limited edition, I couldn't get a hold of this anywhere, and this literally would have been the palette that I would have bought a backup of. Now it looks like I haven't used much of it, but let me tell you something. Every time I go out, I wore this for my graduation this year, I wore this for my birthday this year, I wore this for Christmas, I wore this every time I had an event. My most used colors are definitely Twig, Birch, Slate, and Cyborg. I freaking love them, and this palette really converted me to a cool tone lover. If you guys could get your hands on any of the palettes that I mentioned in this video today, I highly suggest this. Otherwise, I will name a couple of others, but in terms of cool tone palettes, this has got to be my one and only ride or die palette. And with that being said, I definitely am more inclined on trying different types of cool tone palettes with a different shade range. But yeah, I freaking love this palette, and you can see that Cinder is also well loved. So I'm trying to use this sparingly now that I know it's a limited edition, which breaks my heart because I honestly wear this every single time. And when working, I usually put Birch or Twig just in my crease to give some definition or depth. So now I've got to slow down and control myself because I don't know what I'd do without this baby. The next 2 palettes are palettes that whenever I do have to reach for a colorful palette, I will gravitate towards these 2 the most. So the first one is the Huda Beauty Ruby Obsessions palette. Oh my god, have I used the living crap out of this palette. It has a mix of bolds, it has a mix of bold reds, little deeper tones, and this color I don't tend to gravitate towards as much. I did use it for a smoky eye, but the pigmentation, the blendability, I really was intrigued by the rest of her gemstones collection. Unfortunately, I don't think she sells them anymore, but whenever I did have a colorful palette that is not that extreme but still wearable in a way, I do reach for this palette. And you must be thinking, hey Ria, you also have the watermelon palette. And yes, I do, but I don't know, there's just something about this palette, especially this color right here, that's so freaking unique and just so metallic and wet looking on the eyes, that I must say I gravitate towards this so much. And this is like a one and done palette. You just put this in your crease, put another red color. This is honestly perfection in a palette, and so easy to use if you are a beginner wanting to get into color and especially love warm tones. This is the palette for you. Out of the entire Colourpop monochromatic collection, and what I personally have from the collection, which are 3 palettes. I think Just My Luck, Watermelon, the Watermelon Squeeze one, and Ooh La La. I ended up using Ooh La La so much this year. This is definitely a palette that when I want a pink, especially a bright pink, I will reach towards it. And surprisingly, the glitter called Tickled over here, I go into this and just pat this all over the lid. It has a base or duochrome of a purpley bluish pink effect that I freaking love, and every time I wear this palette I get compliments. I wore this on my birthday because I just felt like this Malibu Barbie vibe that I wanted to like pull off. So I ended up using Sandbar, Opulent, and a little bit of Poodle on the crease, and it was the most beautiful fuchsia smoky eye, and I freaking loved it. Maybe I'll like insert a photo here. If not, then probably didn't get a good enough photo for me to actually upload. But I freaking love this palette, and if you are looking for a palette that is so pigmented, is so buttery, it's buttery but it's also blendable, and I swear every time I film I get a message. Otherwise, crickets. No one messages me. I should film more often. Maybe my social life would be thriving then. Anyway. But yeah, my favorite of the entire palette, my favorite colors have to be Tickled and Opulent. They are my most used and most loved colors, and I could not say enough. I use this color for a little photo shoot so you can see kind of the duochrome effect in the photo that I upload. But if you're looking for a colorful pink palette or any colorful palette that is user-friendly, easy to use, has both wearable and it ranges from neons, and it does have a little bit of a purpley tinge. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't reached for Caddy or Trove at all. I think I reached into Caddy just a little bit, but I don't think I reached into Trove at all, because I do end up reaching for this palette if I just want these pinks here. But this is so blendable. It's not patchy. I was so afraid it would be patchy, but it's not, and I freaking love this. And if you are into pinks like me, I highly recommend this palette. Now these 2 palettes I got towards the end of the year, but I must say the second I got these 2 palettes, I kind of forgot about the first 3. Ever since going to New York, I have been using this almost daily and pretty much rave about this palette to every single person I come across, and probably everyone at the New York Ipsy event was sick of me talking about this because I'm just like, I'm obsessed. You need this in your life. This is the Carli, Bybel, and Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. This, if I were to create a palette, it would be something like this. This is such a beautiful palette. At first I was just like, okay, this section, not my vibe. But the second I went into these shadows, especially Bybel and Chai, stunning. Okay, these are stunning queen eyeshadows and I freaking love them. I've done a multitude of looks with just Boy and My Angels with Chai and Moo. Like, if I'm going for like just a neutral everyday look, I love Boy because it's cool toned, but it also works as a warm tone shadow. It is so hard to explain. And then I have created so many smoky eyes using OA and Bybel in the crease. Let me tell you something. if I could have a big ass pan of just OA because of the multi-chrome and multiple like different glitters in it, I would. And honestly, I have seriously considered getting another palette as a backup because I love this palette so much. I do not want this to be discontinued. I freaking love this. Now, out of everything, I must say that I have used this color, and this color really replaced my need for wanting to get the Strawberry Shake palette from Colourpop, because it does have that strawberry undertone, which I freaking love, and it is not in my Ruby Obsessions palette. So definitely all these colors I can hands down say are so unique to my collection. That's why I love this so much. So except for Bybel, I feel like I have a mauve like it, but still the undertone, the mauve that I have is very like warm, leading warm, but this is, I don't know, like a cool neutral tone warm once you put it on the eyes. I freaking love this. It is, all the shadows are so pigmented. It is a bit powdery, but that is the Anastasia formula. I don't mind it because I love a powdery formula as long as it's pigmented. If you guys see me getting another palette, please do not judge me, okay? If you are even considering getting this, hop on the bandwagon, baby, because you will not regret it. And last but not least, you have heard me cry about not getting this palette, and I finally caved, and this is the last one in Sephora when I went to buy it, and I'm like, I'm not missing out. Not today. Today is the day I finally get the Melt Cosmetics Gemini palette. And I freaking love every single shade. I mostly got this for Mochi and Lorelei. I have been wanting, this is like a grungy, olivey person's dream, and you guys know, apart from pastels and cool tones, I love a good grungy tone palette. I'm always so inspired to use this. I haven't used this as much as my other palettes, but in terms of my top 5 palettes, yeah, this has definitely been a top 5 in terms of more of a wearable look. And I don't know, the lighting does not do it justice. It really does wash out the tones, and the formula in itself made me want to get the Muerte palette, and also the color stories. Melt Cosmetics just aces. So those are my top 5 palettes of 2019, but I have to mention this palette. Again, I've been using this non-stop, especially for the pastel shades. I've been using the Dominique Cosmetics Rustic Glam palette. Now again, if I were to choose or even create a palette, it would be something like this. Dominique Cosmetics has the creamiest, most beautiful blendable formula. I have pretty much dipped into Wildflower. Every time I think of a baby pink, I will reach for Wildflower and just put this all over my lid and blend it into my crease. And then Dreamcatcher. This makes me want to get Celestial Storm so much. And with Dominique Cosmetics, damn, if you guys have been considering getting her palettes, I 100% vouch for her formula. I've heard many people talk amazing things about her formula, but I was just like, it's an indie brand, and when it's like an indie, especially influencer brand, you tend to think twice because, I don't know, it's not someone well established like Anastasia Beverly Hills. But then again, Anastasia Beverly Hills did start somewhere. So I freaking love this palette, and I highly suggest, if you were to get any palette from Kristen Dominique, get the Rustic Glam, because it can range from neutrals, everyday neutrals, to pastels, to you can do really nice nighttime looks with it. Ugh. And you guys are going to see me use a lot more of these two palettes in 2020 along with the rest of these. That's why I put them in my top 5, because I know that these palettes are so unique to my collection and something that I would highly suggest. And every time I look at them and use them, I'm like, okay, this is money well spent. This is, if I were to honestly keep 5 palettes and get rid of all my palettes for the entire year, I would keep these 5. And then I don't really need any other palette in my collection. And if I lost any of these palettes, I would run out and buy them immediately. I would not even question it, because I know that these are my ride or die. I am honestly so keen to find out what new palettes are going to be released in 2020 that will maybe replace these, maybe add to my collection, but these definitely define my makeup taste. So yeah, I think that is all I have for you guys for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys with all my heart. Don't forget to comment down below your favorite palette or what palettes you're interested in, what your makeup style is. I would love to know and talk to you guys in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being super patient with me, and I'll catch you, my beautiful best friends, in the next video. Bye! Happy New Year again!